Welcome to my channel Venus Like a Planet, and today I'm happy to share with you the answer to the question how to visualize the goals. So, how to visualize the goals that will be realized in your life. And I will start with a small story. There was a Tom. He was living his life, calm life, and every morning when he was waking up, he was thinking about money. He was passionate about money. He was reading about money. He was imagining the money bills. He was imagining banknotes. And every time when he go around, he always thinking about money. And he said to himself, one day I will see a suitcase full of money and I will be super rich. And he was dreaming about that for several years. And one day he became a bit closer to his dream. You know what happened? He got an offer in bank. So our Tom started working as an accountant in bank. And slowly he was seeing around a lot of things going on in finance area. And one day in his bank coming a man with his dream. And he was carrying a suitcase, exactly the same suitcase that Tom was thinking about. And inside there was something special. You know what is it inside the suitcase? Tom was guessing what is it, and really it was a huge amount of money. But it was a client of the bank, and he wanted to store his money in the bank. So Tom was really gentle and helped his client to do this procedure, and in the end he felt upset because his dream didn't come true, right? He was thinking about that. He was thinking about the suitcase full of money, but at the end, this dream come to him. He even touched it, but it was not his money. Why I told you that story? This is a short illustration how it's important to visualize your goal to make the universe make it real. There are several mistakes that Tom made, and I will tell you only about few of them. So the first thing is that the Tom was thinking about the money as a certain thing. So he was thinking and imagining money of a certain thing. He was not imagining the money as the source, as a resource that can help him to achieve something. If, for example, Tom say that I'm doing my business or I'm working in a certain company, in a certain bank, and my performance and all the things that I'm doing allows me to do certain things, and additionally I have a house, I have a car, etc., etc. So I have resources, money, that I can have a happy life, that I can have everything what I want, etc., etc. So the first mistake, as I said, is that the money is not a real goal. The money is something that can support you. And in many books that you can see and many coaches that you can hear, most of them say that money can be as a goal. I think in another ways that the money is the source that can support you in certain activity. The second thing that I will share with you, it's a big secret, is that the thing that Tom did, he imagined the money as a banknote, as a paper money. And, you know, because our world is changing, money is changing, you know, it's important to choose a certain kind of form of money that is stable all the time. And my question is to you, what is the most stable during ancient time in our world? And surely it's gold, silver, and all other wonderful things that many things like as a delivery, etc. So the recommendation is that when you imagine a huge amount of things, a huge amount of money, I recommend you to imagine as a gold or silver coins, or as a certain forms of gold or silver or any other very expensive things as you can imagine. So it's better to do in this way because during all humanity it was valuable. During all time of humanity it makes a certain weight, right? So I shared with you a few hints and I hope it will be useful for you. What is important about visualization, and I'm coming to explanation what is mind map. So mind map, it's a certain diagram that can system ideas, tasks, concepts, different kind of information in systematic way. So in the center of mind map, you always have some goal or a certain thing, and then you, during your building of your mind map, you build a certain categories, and under category there is some split on other categories, etc., etc. So why I'm personally using mind map in my goal setting as a map of visualization is because it's very useful and it's at the end very easy for me to understand, okay, this goal I have, then I can put it on my planner and plan it for all the next year. And right now I'm happy to demonstrate you one of the example that I prepared for you, that we can see together how step by step to make a mind map. So the first thing is that how to do that. You can do it online because there are some tools of mind map that you can build it online. My recommendation is, even if you do it online, to print it. And the easiest form, and honestly the best form, is to make it real. So to take a hard paper and start drawing and putting some pictures on it. Why it's important? Because if you keep it in your notebook and maybe you put it somewhere on the place where you can see it, it's not so much connected to your life. So you always have to work with your mind map, so with the map of your dreams, the map of your goals, and it's important that it will be somewhere around you in the place that you are living. So it can be on the wall, that every morning you can come to it and meditate. So we selected the paper, and now what is important is to choose the best photo that you have and print it. So the photo is very important because it's in the middle of your mind map. It's in the middle of your dream sketch because when you look on your mind map, you have to see your happy face. You have to see you in the moment that you enjoy your life. And every time when you look on your pictures and you look on your face, and if it's like real smile, you feel like this. It's very easy to go inside and understand, yes, this is the emotion that I feel. If, for example, you don't have a picture, you can ask someone to take a picture of you, or you can use a Photoshop or whatever tools that you like to use. Important thing is that you enjoy yourself in this photo. If there is no photo, it also can work. Then you have to think and imagine yourself with the things that will be in the mind map. So the next step is to select the categories. Why it's important? Because we have so dynamic life, right? And there are different parts of our lives that we want to succeed. We want to be healthy, we want to be educated, we want to work and have certain things in our life, we want to have a good relationship with other people. So please keep your time and think which categories of your life is important for you, that connected to your goal. Maybe right now you're thinking, okay, health is nice, but I don't need it right now, keep it. Because I recommend to have all categories on your map, and then maybe later on you will find out after some months, oh, I found out in this category I have something new, I have some new dream, or I have some new goal or new idea. Then you can adjust it to your map. So as a template, we selected several categories for our tome. And as you can see, it's around the picture. And this is the important thing, is that all categories connected to you, connected to your life. The next step is I will demonstrate you to select a certain category, and then according to the goals that you have, put it on your mind map. If you already prepared a list of your goals, wrote down your goals, if you have this list, it's perfect. It's easy for you to put it on mind map. If you don't have any prepared list, etc., then we can do following. We can do from a process of asking and receiving questions, and then understanding, okay, what's the real goal? What is real dream? What is important in goal setting and mind mapping is that the dream is really yours, and you really understand, okay, this is what I want to do and nothing else. So the first thing what I will ask this nice and smiley person in this photo is, what do you want to achieve in next 5 years, for example? So what do you want to achieve in the next 5 years? And for example, this person, Tom, he told me, yeah, I want to travel and I want to live abroad and I want to discover everything that is going around. And I say, yes, this is very great dream. I want to be more concrete. I want to hear the real goal. I will ask you the second question. So where exactly you want to be? And then Tom answered me that, hey, I want to see the Northern Lights, and yeah, I also want to go to Australia to work. And then I'm like, yes, it's more concrete now. We are close to the things that is close to certain good goal formulation. Then I'm asking him, okay, Northern Lights, it's a good goal, and we understand that probably it can be some part of Norway or Finland or Russia or some other places that the person can see the Northern Light. And important thing is that the date, so it can be from winter and autumn time, from November till February. So at least we have a certain timeline in which exactly months Tom can go to see the Northern Lights and which exactly location it can be. So what he can put in his mind map. As an example, you can see the nice photo with a lady in the car and with a camera. Most of the people are using in their mind maps the photos of the people who they don't know and the items that they don't know. Some of them they found in the internet and printed out. Some of them I found it in a magazine. My recommendation is that always be careful on the photos that you put on your mind map, because you don't know this person, and maybe this wonderful lady has her own life and her own story. So, and you want to build your own life, to build your own story. So I recommend to have photos maybe with people but without faces, so you cannot see exactly the face of the person, and also about certain things about the car. If, for example, you put a photo of the car in your mind map, you also have to be sure that this car is good, that this car is, I would say, alive, like there was no car accidents before, because you don't know who is the owner of this car. Is it this car is still here, or maybe it's already not here, or it's broken. So my recommendation is that if you want something and you use the photos of the resources that you don't know, be careful and always double check, okay, I can use this photo or not. Why we're using the photo in the mind map of our goal and dream setting is that it's quite easy to activate yourself. So you see the photo and exactly you understand, yes, this is what I want to do. And you're already on the action, you're already filming everything inside your brain, inside your mind. So that's why the photos are very important. If, for example, you're not visual person, so for example, I'm very visual person, so I need certain pictures to understand or schemas to understand certain processes. If, for example, only the sentence, only the word is enough for you, then skip the pictures, just write down your goals, and that's all. It's up to you. In this example, I demonstrate you the both options, that you have a photo and also you have a certain goal setting as a sentence. So, coming back to our goal with seeing northern lights, it's better to use the photos of northern lights. You can find it in the internet, or you can draw something. If you have certain artistic skills or some friends of you are drawing, you can ask them to draw a painting for you. For example, of northern lights. As an example, you see my painting that I draw of northern lights, and yeah, I very like it. It's very mini and small painting, and you will find more information in this resource. And both of them, you can put it on your mind map. This is the first step, and the next step is to formulate your goal. So it's important to write down your goal with a term of time, with a term of feeling that this goal is manageable. So we will formulate like this. I visited Norway and saw beautiful northern light and took some pictures as an example. And then you can say, I made it in 2023 in certain period of time. You can add it, depends in which year you are right now. So you can make it. The next thing is that it's important to put it on your planner. And in a second example, I will demonstrate you more how you can do that. So we asked Tom, what do you want to achieve in the next 5 years? And Tom say, yes, I want to live abroad. I want to work in Australia. And that's amazing plan. So then I will ask also again him in which area you want to work. And then, for example, Tom say that I want to work as IT specialist or as an IT consultant in Australia in very nice, famous and big company. That it's very interesting goal. Then it's important to formulate in past form in your mind map your goal. So as an example, I'm working as an successful IT consultant in big company X. If you know the company where you're working or you wish to work, you can put the name or maybe area of the companies that they're working in Australia starting from 2023. So this is quite clear goal, quite nice goal. And generally, if you do that in mind map, that can be done like this, and you can finish the process and put to each category pictures and goals, and then work with that. What the things additionally you can do, what I recommend is to go deeper, go in details of your mind map of the goals to make also a plan how to do that. Because as an example with Northern Lights, it's okay for you to do it this year, or it's okay to do it in next year, right? So you're quite flexible, you know the months. If we're speaking about the goals as changing the countries of living, changing the work, or changing location, something new, to make this dream come true, you have to do certain steps. Surely there is some situation that drives you to life, drives you that these things appears and happen to your life. The thing is that some of the goals needs your steps, right? So let's take our second example with work abroad in Australia and go deeper. So the main goal is that Tom want to live abroad in Australia from 2023. And he want to find a good and well-paid job there. If, for example, you want to study abroad and not to work, you can adjust it and put applying and receiving a certain education in Australia. So then when we wrote down the several points of the goal that we have, it's important to split it into steps, what you can do. First thing, you can apply. So let's formulate, applied and got an offer from certain company. It's important that we put it in the past form. Then as a goal can be received visa or work permit to move to Australia. That can be very, very important. And for example, founding and renting a flat and all things that connected with relocation process. Surely you can write down as many sub-tasks to achieve your goal as you want. As an example, let's keep 3 of them. And let's detailize each of them. So, apply and got an offer from company X in Australia. The several steps that we have to include is to make a nice CV and resume, a very professional one, to apply to open positions, to learn through people, through internet, how to get a good job in Australia, etc., etc. To receive a visa and work permit if you need it. So you have to translate all your documents and prepare all the necessary things that you need, and also to get an appointment for visa. And if you, for example, there is something missing, like good knowledge of English, or something additional, please write it down. It can be one of your goals to improve your English skills in the next years. And for example, to finding and renting a flat and relocation, you can ask the company if they support you with relocation process, that they can take over and help you to do this process easily. If not, then you have to find your flat by your own. So you can do it through internet, from agencies, from some friends or people who you know Australia and can support you in this process. So this is just a draft version of the steps that can be taken in this year to achieve your goal. And what I propose also to think about the timeline. Okay, where I can do that, where it's better to do that. So as a very draft version, let us draw a timeline line and put approximately at which time I start to do each step and each goal. So as you can see, I put the numbers to each steps, starting from 1 to 8. And then basically in our timeline of 2023 with all months that we have, I just draw a lines when I will start a certain activity and when I will approximately finish that. So, for example, to prepare CV and resume, I already can start to do it now in January, right? And for example, it will be 1 month or a bit more. Then I can do the second and third step, starting from January till May, already looking for the job and applying. And if, for example, I want to prepare all the necessary documents, I can already start doing that close to the springtime, and then till the end, all the process of receiving the documentation can take longer, so approximately till the end of summer. And if, for example, everything that connected with relocation depends on the contract, depends on the company, approximately we will think that it can start at the end of summer till the end of the year. So this is a draft version of the plan. Again, it's up to you to use it like this or not. My recommendation is that when you draw like this and when you put your steps, please put it on your planner, on a daily planner. So here you can see the monthly goal that you can do, monthly activities, but in a daily planner you can make even more detailed goals, what you can do each day and each week. So That was the main things that I'm sharing with you and tips about the mind map. I hope it was very useful for you and that all your dreams this year will come true and visualize. When you have a certain thing and certain point to ask me, please write in the comments, and in my other videos you can think and you can have a look how to set up the goal correctly and how to use a planner during the year. Thank you. Enjoy.